Barstarzz changed my life because it took me out of a negative place. I really was just wandering. I was lost in life. I was unemployed. I wasn't really looking for a job. I think in the first year or two, I completely sacrificed anything that was financially fun. Like I was dead broke. I think when you're so passionately set on something, there's nothing that can stop you. There's no focus. No one could have told me no. No one could have told me no. My passion is calisthenics, freestyle calisthenics to be exact. I've always been an introverted kid or shy, and I felt like freestyle calisthenics gives me the way to express myself. So I started off with just exercising in general, being inspired by my older brother. And calisthenics is what had available to me at a young age because I couldn't afford weights, I couldn't afford a gym membership. You can't afford anything that at 10 years old. So I just did push-ups and sit-ups and squats. As I got older into my teenage years, I started learning these creative exercises like, typewriter and anything that challenges you creativity-wise. And through that, I felt at home. I felt like I could really express myself and really feel like I fell in love with something. It was probably one of the first things I fell in love with in my life was that calisthenics. I love calisthenics because it's freedom. It's an escape from the monotone. So you get these exercise programs, or even in general, just life. You get this 9 to 5, you go home, you shower, you eat, you watch TV, you go to bed, you wake up the next day for your 9 to 5. I feel through calisthenics, calisthenics have changed my life in general. It started with just being a way of working out and feeling more confident and just feeling better about yourself in all aspects. To a full-time job and something I hope to be what I'm doing for the rest of my life. It took me around the world. It opened so many different opportunities for me. And it's great to really explore something that you're in love with. And that's how I feel I've been blessed to do. I started Barstarzz after training with my two friends, John and Tony. This was maybe 2008, a couple years ago. And I was off and on calisthenics, but mostly off. And I was just in the wrong place in my life where I just really was wandering and didn't know where I fit in. My friends told me to go to the gym, so I would start going to the gym with them. And they would start practicing these pull-ups. And there's stuff that I did as a kid, but I've been so out of touch that I'd never really practiced it again. Then I seen what they were doing, like typewriters, and I was like, oh, this is something I did as a kid, let me try it. And I tried it. And then I felt I was really good. And well, we all were collectively learning together and building with each other. So from there, we were like, yo, we should start something that represents the neighborhood. So I came up with the name Barstarzz, and it was like, I invested the little money I had in a camera. I was unemployed at the time, so I invested all the money I had in the camera, a website, and a friend created the website for me. And then I decided to start filming YouTube videos. So we went out, we filmed. I didn't know how to edit, so I had to buy this random program at this random computer store. I plugged it in, I installed the camera, and I just tried to do it every day. Eventually, we filmed our first video, we put it out, and people loved it. People never seen there are other people that's worked out similar, but I guess for our atmosphere, no one really seen that before, and they were going crazy about it. And from there, Barstarzz just kept growing. We made social media pages. My cousin told me about Facebook, and she made a Facebook group for us. People just started liking it, and one day to the next, it feels like it's grown to as big as it is now. Barstarzz changed my life because it took me out of a negative place. I really was just wandering. I was lost in life. I was unemployed. I wasn't really looking for a job. I was just hanging out and I would say doing bad shit. I think what a typical New Yorker, teenage New Yorker goes through. And I was just stuck in that. And through Barstarzz, I was able to take myself from there and just fill myself up with something that I became addicted to. So it was like no time to hang out or do anything stupid because I wanted to get better at these moves. Like how am I gonna get better at my explosive muscle up if I'm hanging out on the block or doing something that's not this? So I'd wake up every day, eat, and I'll make this. And I pursued it like obsessively. And it was something I did and enveloped myself. I feel like it's given me more confidence. It's given me a work ethic. It's given me a great community of friends. Mostly or all that I met only through Barstarzz. And it's opened many opportunities for me. I've flown to maybe 30, 40 countries now, and I never would have done that on my own. As a kid, all I've been to is Dominican Republic. So now I'm getting contacted for these workshops or different opportunities that take me from different places. And like, you know, you come off the plane and people know who you are, or people want to say hi, people want to hang out. And I never would have had that before. And I think most people don't get the chance. So Barstarzz was able to give me that blessing. That's the number one thing that you're gonna get is naysayers. I've gotten naysayers from my own family, my parents, anyone. I remember buying the first Barstarzz t-shirts. My parents would tell me, "You'll sell them. No one's gonna buy them." You know, whatever. So unsupportive. And my dad was nicer about it. My mom was pretty vicious. My dad was like, "Hey, you know, just look for a job training program. I'll pay for you. Don't worry about it." Then I have people at the park like, "Yo, this guy's a bum. Why he keeps coming to the park to train?" You know. And it's funny because some of the same people that would talk about me are like 5, 6 years later coming up to me in the park asking me for advice. And this is like a literal thing. Like people see it in quotes, but yeah, I've had a guy who'd you know, look at me and down talk me, and then now a couple years later he sees me at the park. He goes, "Yo, how do you do this? How do you do that?" You know, because the people around you is always the people that give you the most hate, I think, because they see it as, you know, like, oh, you're trying to leave us, you're trying to leave this status quo that's been set for us. And then when they see that other people appreciate you and they understand that, oh, this is the new norm is to appreciate this guy, they come back and they go, "Oh man, what you're doing is so cool, it's so awesome." But you didn't think that the first time. But I think some people do it out of good faith, you know, like my parents didn't think negative. They just thought that I'm making a bad decision and that, you know, you need to get a job, you need to, you know, stop the silliness and be prepared for life. And I think some people came from that, my immediate circle. But then the outer circle, you get this hate of, you know, why are you trying to be better than us kind of thing? Or why are you striving more than the 9-to-5 norm? I think when you're so passionately set on something, there's nothing that could stop you. There's no focus. No one could have told me no. No one could have told me no. No matter what information you provided to me, why I would fail, whether I thought that was right or wrong was not even something that came to my head. Like, I love calisthenics. I love the Barstarzz, and this was what I was going to do. I was going to do it for the morning. I was going to do it to the night. You could talk bad about me. All you're going to do is create a negative environment for yourself, because that didn't hit me. I was in a force-filled bubble going straight, and the bullets were just flicking off. So you could say it. I didn't even give negative attention back, you know. Sometimes I hear it, I go, yeah, okay. And I just kept doing me, because at the end of the day, you're living this one life. Are you really going to live it for someone else? Are you really going to listen and take someone else's critique? Especially if you're not valuing it. It's like, really, you're going to tell me how to live my life after you have your own life? Like, you know, live yours. If I come for you for advice, give it to me. But you can't dictate my life, because when it's all said and done, I look back at what I accomplished and how I spent my time. I think at the first year or two, I completely sacrificed anything that was financially fun. Like, I was dead broke. Like, all my money went into like Barstarzz. So it's like, "Oh, you want to go out for drinks?" I was like, "Nah, I'm just gonna stay home and watch movies." Whatever it was, if it cost anything more than $5, I couldn't do it. So it was like, that was my biggest sacrifice, was those years. I'm 1,000% happier than I was before. In my life, I maybe worked 2 to 3 normal jobs, 9 to 5, and it was okay. It wasn't hard. None of them were horrible. Even one job was super laid back. Like, I'll work half the day and then just sit back the other half. But all of it was just for a paycheck. So like, I just killed time. And then once you like really start to value time, you realize like, you can't just kill time. You can't just let time pass. Like, I was coming in for these 8 hours doing something I didn't want to do just because you have to afford to live, you know? Like, how could you not afford to live? And yeah, like now that I'm in a position where I don't have to, like, you know, I could control my destiny. You know, I could work a little harder, make a little more. I could work less, but enjoy life. So I'm in control of myself, and I'm happy, and I value that a lot. It's opened so much for me. Okay, so I have a lot of people ask me this question, because they look at it and go, oh, you know, how did I start a YouTube, you know? And it's like really, really not that easy. It's not like you upload a video and people are going to find it and give it a million views, which actually happens, but that's like 0.00001%, you know, like the goofy video where the dog's doing push-ups. You'll find videos like that, but for the most part, you got to work on it like it's an actual job, if not more. YouTube had a different algorithm when I was starting, so it was like you were able to spam. So I spammed everywhere see a link, everywhere. I'm talking about from the moment I woke up, I'll have my breakfast and I'll sit down on the computer, spam. Workout, spam. I'll hit up blogs, ask them to share it. I ask Facebook pages to share it. I'll post it on Facebook. It's really like obsessive, just like a job. It's not like something like you just make it. Even if it's the most awesome video in the world, make it. Have a $100,000 budget. Put this amazing video together. If you don't put in work, no one's gonna see it. You could just upload it and walk away. No one's gonna see it. So pursue it as if you're pursuing an actual job, because it is. Have good content. That's very important. Have high quality video. No one watches non-HD video anymore. I would watch a video, and if it's non-HD, I pretty much click away. Make it short and to the point. I think a lot of people are like into these cinematic intros, and you're just like, oh, it's gonna look so cool, an explosion here. It's like, again, I would click away. I think look at content, as if you are the viewer, and don't be biased, because a lot of people wouldn't watch a long intro video, but they'll put a long intro video in theirs and go, yeah, people are gonna watch this. It's like, no, the same people don't appreciate this long intro. Make the video about what it's about and straight to the point. Post consistently. You should be somewhere there. If you post good content and make it consistent, you know, people want to go searching for your page. Like I have some motivational pages I follow, or some workout pages I follow. I'm looking forward to see the next post. Again, but you could also post too consistently. So if you're posting, I mean, I guess that also goes with bad content. You could also post bad content and also very consistently, which is bad and actually horrible, because I'll stay away from your account. But I think generally, if you look at it as if you look at it yourself, and remember, because it's so hard not to be biased when you're doing it yourself, because you think everything you do is awesome. Like, yo, this video is awesome. Look how many times they got me doing this. But I think you need to separate yourself from that. Look at it from a standby and see, would I watch that video? You know, would I care about how many times he's doing this from this many angles? Would I want to see someone who uploads 6 or 7 selfies back to back? I have close friends that I watch on Instagram, and I had to unfollow them because it's like I'm scrolling through selfies every time. So good content, make it consistent, but not too consistent. I'd say Facebook, 2 posts a day. Instagram, you have more leeway because of the algorithm, 3 or 4. Twitter, you could post all day because of the algorithm. YouTube's weird algorithm changed recently, so you have to post maybe once a day at tops. The videos I post that get the most reach are creative, always creative. And even if you try to repeat the creative style that got the first one, it still doesn't work. I experimented with it in the past, you know, like we'll put up a freestyle video and it will go viral, millions of hits. You put up the same freestyle video, it gets less. And then by the end of it, it's like the market's saturated, you know, you're only surprised one time. So I think take advantage of that and keep being creative. Creatively good. So always try to make people go, oh wow, he did that. Or, oh wow, he said that. Or it has to be different. And not just different to you, it has to be different to everyone. You know, because no one is following just your account. If people are following you, they're following other workout accounts. If you do videotaping, they're not just following you, they're following other videotaping channels. Whatever section you do, if they show interest in that field, you already have 2 or 3 competitors with just that one person, every person. No one just follows one person strictly for that particular advice. If they're interested in the field, they're interested in the whole field collectively, and they're just trying to find the best ones a piece to grab their information or just watch for entertainment. If you want to do calisthenics right now, I think focus on the basic exercises like a plank, bodyweight squats, maybe wall push-ups. These are the basic exercises that it's not going to take a lot of strength, and most people of average strength could start practicing it. And from there, just keep in mind that you have to have a gradual increase, but at your own pace. So once you know you're doing 1,000,000 squats, more realistic, once you're doing 20 bodyweight squats, maybe you should move on to the harder variations like jumping lunges or jumping squats. Same thing when you're doing 20 wall push-ups. Once that becomes too easy, you can start moving on to the variations on the floor, regular push-ups, and stick to it. You're going to progress. It might be slow, But stick to it, and down the line, you'll be amazed at how far you go, you know? Like, I didn't wake up one day to be able to do a muscle up. I still remember every day, like, struggling, trying to go up, and just really being passionate about it. And same thing with pull-ups. There was a point when I couldn't do a pull-up. So everyone had that point. Anyone you're thinking about, they had a point where they had to start. So start with the basics, be patient, and just know that you'll get to whoever you're looking towards, but it's gonna take a while, and so make it a journey. I would say pursue it. Pursue your passion. You live once, only once. And now it might sound like a lot, you know, you might think your grandma's 1,000,000 years old and it's a lifetime away, but in the blink of an eye, you'll go from 1 year old to 80 or 90, hopefully for everyone. And it's like, really, you're gonna go through your whole life doing some shit you hate or something that you know, just putting it off another day. Like, yeah, I love playing the guitar, but I can't, you know, I can't make money from it, or I don't have the time. You make the time. This is, the things you love is the absolute most important thing. That's it, you know, there's nothing that can be more important.